do. Dun, 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 dun. Puppies, no fighting in the background, guys. Okay. Since I last streamed, I've had quite a lot of follows, so let's go say thank you to all those people. We have got YT Puppy Girl 23, Medicine Plot, Squidzilla, Mimi Tatsua, Kiwi Wolfia, Kyle, Andy Winharan, Tony, Abs in the Dream, and FKCKHIV. Thank you so much, guys, for all those follows. I do appreciate it. Hope you're doing well today. Sorry I wasn't live when you sent those. And hello, Eggy. My lovely, lovely Eggy. You know what's about to happen, and I know you're excited. We're gonna dump here-ish. Alright, guys. We need a, we need to, hello, Puppy Girl 23. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Guys, we need an excuse. What should our excuse to be for today's why she needs a ride? I try to mix it up each time. Maybe she's going swimming with her friends. Who are we going after today? I need to see the one with Jess. We're not going after anyone in particular, but there may just be a random person in the apartments waiting for us. I say waiting for us. We're gonna be looking for them. It's to the east of Stab City. Yeah, she's going swimming with some friends. You know, a little less kind of time to go swimming out, you know, for before it's not a lost member, don't worry. It's gonna be way worse. Like, wait, this is gonna be crazy. Um, so well, yeah, it's last day of last few days of summer, trying to get that summer heat in, go some swimming. Um, I've been thinking a lot about these kills, and there is a level of consent that I think after the stuff that's been happening with Odessa, I've kind of thought about it a lot, and you want to make sure that your victim is okay with the RP and is not going to be overstressed by it. So I'm doing my best to make sure that the more intense deaths and such are consensual with someone who wants to play that RP. And from what I understand, I don't think it's against the rules. Because there's plenty of times where you'll see other people kind of, I don't want to say scripted RP, but they know to meet in a place and then they improv out the scene. And that's kind of what we're doing. Is I just know that the other person I'm going to be RPing with is on board to be the victim RP and is willing to do that whole experience. So yeah, I get messaged me. So yeah. Eee. I'm ready to shout out the human when it happens. What do you mean by that, Eggy? Okay, how do we... What's our escape route? So if we're here... I could go here and then down Great Ocean. Or I go here and then down Sonora. I think going this way and then down Sonora. Because going here is risky. Though, if I do go down here... I have all these different routes. Because they're more than likely going to be coming from over here and going... I think I can go this way. Yeah, so she got pulled over on Great Ocean last time. Yeah, maybe Sonora's the better option. And then she could take this. She could take Palomino. Because I'm jumping here. I'll do the 911 call here. So they'll be pinged here. So they'll probably take Sonora Road up. If they're here, and if they're not, then they'll probably take Battery Cannon works well. Or all the way over to Tonga. Because last time what fucked us was... Well, to be honest though, and I watched Anita's side of it, she's like, it's a little powerful to like see a single car coming down here and knowing that it's probably that person. So she didn't want to like do that too much. She wanted to stick with the RP, which I really appreciate. Because like the one player coming down Great Ocean Highway is kind of obvious, but like at the same time it's, yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, let me make sure everything is set. Yeah, I should have gone straight into her. Okay, perfect. I did act local. I mean, I drove the speed limit. She pulled me over for going 2 over, mind you, right? So like, ooh, yeah, we're Mountain Rescue. We're getting yeah, I hear you, Ash Crab. It just starts saying all the lines. um. Oh yeah, no, Mountain Rescue. We're getting harnesses to save us from getting injected. I got injected backwards on Odessa the other day. That was terrifying. Okay, so if I put my mask on with... Oh, the pigtails actually hide. Yeah, I went out backwards. All right, you guys ready? Now you just get a bit of Gatorade in me. I don't usually drink Gatorade, it's too sugary. Oh, far too sugary. But it's got them good electrolytes in there. I hope Xanda's not around because this is the outfit I killed Xanda in. Oh, there's Chase Stone. Oh, I want to kill Chase Stone. Let me do stabby stabby. Fucking Chase. Is that Lashandra? No, it's not Lashandra. There's fucking Chase Stone. I want to stab Chase Stone. Thank you for the follow, Nacho Knight. We're doing well today. I need water. It's a nice car. What is that? Is that a Granger or is that like an import? I don't want to kill another taxi driver. My headset on? Yeah, it is. Just wait for someone to pull up. I gotta get the I gotta get the stutter voice in. Hello.
Well, howdy, man. How you doing?
Could could I get a ride from you, sir?
Sure. I ain't got no plans. Where you need to go?
Just near the Alamo Sea, sir. I'm going swimming with for friends.
Well, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. Get on in. Get on in.
Could you just speak up a little bit, sister?
My apologies. I don't rightly know where I'm going.
I can mark it on the map for you, sir.
That it there?
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
Fair ways out. One, you ain't gonna walk it. I'm Noah, by the way.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Noah.
And how would I refer to your fine self?
Blair, sir.
Blair.
It
Lovely name. Lovely, lovely name. You, local to this part of the world, or?
No, recently moved here, sir.
Oh, hell, I'm gonna be a little reckless.
What about yourself, sir?
Oh, I'm here on a holiday. I ain't local even a little.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I work insurance. I'm an insurance officer. Take
Oh,
claims, help folks out, make some modified spreadsheets. You know, the thing about spreadsheets is when you're well organized, it just makes everything flow so much nicer, don't you think?
oh,
Love me a good spreadsheet. Love
oh,
me a good spreadsheet.
yeah.
Sorry, I get real excited when I talk about my work. I love it so much.
You
Family
love
business.
working in insurance?
Just being in an office, being able to organize things, working with the numbers, putting them in sheets, making it all look pretty and fine and organized and nice. It's good stuff. It's very satisfying. I'm a
Oh.
simple man, simple pleasures. It's fine. It's fine. What about yourself? What do you do for a living, then?
I don't do much. I work at a bank, sir.
At a bank. Oh, so you like the numbers too, then, huh?
I suppose, sir.
I suppose. Why'd you work a bank if you're not a fan of numbers?
I,
That don't
I,
make much sense to me.
I'm a janitor, sir.
Oh, I see. My apologies. My apologies. I had you pinned for someone working behind the tail.
I think that's a compliment, sir. It is what?
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Maybe it's just the glasses. You know how it is. But you been in this area long? Cause I'm looking for places to explore, and I ain't got no clue where to start.
Oh, well, sir, the Alamo Sea is quite lovely this time of year. I'd be happy to show it to you, if you'd like.
That sounds modified. Good fishing there, or?
I think so, sir. Are you a fisher?
Old man was a fisher. Used to go fishing with him everywhere we go to visit. One holiday when I was 12, we went to Nebraska. Most fun I have ever had.
Did you say Nebraska?
Yeah, mighty fine place. Mighty fine. Was a real delight, real pleasure. Of course, been 12, I mean.
In
Maybe
Nebraska?
What's wrong with liking Nebraska? It was real fun. Way more fun than being at home, that's for sure. Vice City's boring as hell.
You're from Vice City, you said, sir?
That's right.
Oh, I would never have guessed. I think it's the Carnigan.
I dressed for mountains. I wasn't quite expecting it to be so nice today. I was expecting a breeze. A nice chill.
In Los Santos,
that's fine.
Sir.
Well, there are mountains, you never know. Gotta be prepared for anything. That's why I've, dressed for just about any kind of weather.
Fair enough.
What in earth is going on? There's a stop sign, sir. Sir, well.
So, thank you for being so nice, sir, about giving me this ride.
It's fine. It's not a worry at all. It does not cost anything to be kind to your fellow person. I was gonna say fellow man, but I know you folks get a bit. Damn it! Sorry, I let myself get away there. Apologies for my foul language.
It's okay, sir. Don't worry.
So you don't work much or anything? What do you do with yourself? Like, got any big hopes, dreams, all that?
Uh, I I like playing games.
Games. Oh, you like them? What is it? What was the game again? It's like sit around a table and you pretend to be folks. It's like goblins and
Not
was it
necessarily like that, sir. More mind games, if you would.
mind games? Well,
Yes,
like a
sir.
hero or something.
No, no, the things you can play with friends. Yeah, you can just pull up right up here, sir. Just go right ahead.
No worries, no worries. I don't see any of your friends about, but sure they won't be. Well,
Well,
that is that is mighty dangerous. That is.
oh yeah,
That makes me a little uncomfortable there, Blair. I'm not gonna lie to you.
this is a Browning high power. One fire from
Uh,
this, and your head goes sky high.
well, we wouldn't want that to happen now, would we? Probably be safer pointing someone that ain't my fate. Oh, that sure is an interesting fashion statement in there, ma'am.
Sir, why don't we step out of the vehicle? Actually, before you give me the keys.
Oh, sure. That's fine.
Go ahead and hand them. There you go.
Here you go. They're the papers that were in the glove box there. You want I should step out of the.
Yeah, keep your hands up once you do, alright? You understand any movement, and, my finger, I might be pulling this trigger.
Absolutely. Happy to be of. Yep. Yep.
Hands up. There you go.
Yep. Up in the air like we just do not care.
So, tell me, do you like swimming?
Well, I don't mind it. And I don't mind it. And I don't mind the fishing. I've got a bit of an allergy to shellfish. As long as there ain't no shellfish in there, we should be sweet. Should be fine. Oh,
Oh,
that's a big knife.
well, turn and face me, Noah. What do you fear? Or what
Well,
keeps you up at night?
see, there's shellfish allergy, and I'm allergic to peanuts and shellfish. And then there's I'm afraid of dying alone. I'm afraid that I'm gonna die a virgin and unmarried and all that. I'm afraid of tax evasion. And see, I'm a little bit afraid of spiders and snakes and all them kind of creepy crawlies. I'm kind of afraid of fire. See, I don't really like going near fire. It's real hot and it gets real dangerous. I'm afraid, just general infections of zombie plague movies really get to me, man, Really, really get to me. Hell, I'm kind of afraid of heights. I was going to go up on the mountains and now I'm second guessing myself. They're a bit bigger up close. They're a bit bigger up close,
Oh, okay.
And I'm afraid.
That's you're afraid of quite a few things, aren't you, sir?
Well, I mean that there's a lot in this world to be afraid of. That's why I feel comfortable sitting in my office at my computer with my spreadsheets and my little figurines from Big Bang Theory, and I just sort of sit there and I just have
You figurines from
safe.
Big Bang Theory?
Them pump vinyl head thingies that got the big head and the little. I like Big Bang Theory. It was a fantastic show,
Oh,
and I cried when it ended.
Oh, oh, this is. Oh, this
It
is.
was just nice to have representation in media that was about me for once.
You? What are you talking about?
Dorky, skinny white guys.
Oh boy, this is. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. Let me ask you one more question there, Noah. You can put the hands down as long as you don't reach for anything.
Sure, I ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah, go ahead and put them down. There you go. Tell me, I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
And, try to keep it short. No, honestly, you really like talking, don't you?
Well, I get uncomfortable in the silence. It's one of the things I'm afraid of, is that if the silence drags on too long, then the problem is that people don't like me much. That's what I tend to find anyway. I've got to carry the conversation all by myself, otherwise people get really awkward. You're giving me a look.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. That was a player.
Yep. You had a question?
Trick?
For
Or treat?
Well, that's very seasonal now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's real seasonal. Trick or trick or. See, the thing about the treat is that it could possibly be a trick, and the thing about the trick is it could possibly be a treat. There's all those kinds of riddles in games that I was talking about before. One tells a lie, one tells the truth, and you got to pick the right one to get the right answer, and all those logic puzzles. And maybe you're doing one of those ones to me. So if I pick treat, maybe it's gonna be a trick. But if I pick trick, maybe it's gonna be a treat. Maybe this is, or maybe it's a double bluff, and the treat is actually gonna be a treat.
Jesus
And the
fucking
trick
Christ,
will actually
Noah.
be a.
My God, you
Damn.
don't shut up, do you?
I just don't like it. Things been quiet.
Oh, this is gonna, yeah, I'm gonna make this hurt. This is...
That stings, man.
Yeah, let me just-
Well. My boss is gonna be pissed.
Your boss is gonna be pissed, hey?
Oh, he's supposed to be gone for a week.
Well, you might be gone a little bit longer. Oh my God, even when you're drowning, you're annoying. Jesus Christ. Noah, you still with me there? I want you to think about something. Think about how you may never do a spreadsheet again. This'll do. Why isn't this? That'll do. I'll have to send Void the... Just make sure that, they mention that the jack-o'-lantern face is carved into the body. Aggie, can you message Void and make sure she makes it clear? I'll send her the link. Just tell her that I need to make sure she makes it clear that there's a jack-o'-lantern carved into her. Oh, there's Void. Hi, Void. Let me send you the. I wish I could drag it on. I got a little scared because that bike went by. That was a player. Oh hell yeah, you've got car history. Yeah, that okay, that voice or that lost guy just popping up on me is a little scary. Oh, you know what you can do, Void? I sent you the thing. When they pull you ashore, you can put that scene down. There goes the popo. Is Kari on the way, puppy? F and chat for Noah. Noah hair. No air. Oh yeah, he's a perma. Which is good, because Bridget gets murder charges now. Oh god, imagine Noah Hare as a fucking ghost just haunting you. Well, I don't feel so good about being a ghost right now. I don't really enjoy the whole exoplasm thing, and you know, this whole incorporeal thing's a little too much for me. I should have drawn a spreadsheet in his body. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. I was just curious. I'm just hoping. I was just worried that she wasn't going to see it, but she definitely saw it. So that's all I was curious about. I'm. The way I play this character is she does the kill, and then she gets back to her apartment and hides, because it's very much she meticulously plans, executes them, and then hides. She got pulled over yesterday, or 2 days ago, by Anita. That was pretty tough. Interceptor. No worries. Yeah, definitely. That's gonna be the more enjoyable part, anyways. I need to turn off my. There we go. Bye, Void. Oh, the Jess one was really fun because Jess fell off the fucking Jess fell off the mountain, so we had to climb up it with me having her at gunpoint. Oh, it was funny. and then the cops ran into the fire like fucking idiots.
Howdy.
And that's that. Let's put away our prize. And then actually I gotta see if we have any texts. Hell yeah, we don't. She would have turned off the. She would have thrown Noah's SIM card out at one point. It's just there's not a good way to do it. I should have said that in /me. All right, hell yeah, chat. We've done it. I should have thrown the phone in the glove box, but I needed a new phone anyway, so it's fine. It's whatever. Oh. Glad you guys had fun with it. All right. Let me switch the stream title. It's funny because the 911 will stay there, but it's whatever. Just hope no one thinks Odessa's a serial killer. Alright, let's check texts. Who was that just went by? Is that Phil probably? Yeah, it was Phil. Okay. I need to call...
Hello, Odessa.
Hi. I think you saw my text message and responded. I did a little asking around, and it sounds like this isn't the first person Rick did this sort of thing to.
Okay.
I didn't really get a whole lot of names from it. But apparently Rick does it so people love him more.
So Rick tortures people so people love him more.
And then join his silly little gang.
Okay. Do you know how many other people he's done this to?
Not really. It's hard to say. Some people think Percy had it happen to him. Percy Perkins. Um, I think maybe Eris. I don't know if you've met Eris yet. Or know of Eris.
Sorry, I was just writing this out. Yeah, I know who Eris is.
Yeah. She's who I spoke to, actually. Um, I was not expecting to. I was talking to someone else, but it's the nature of how these things work.
Okay,
Eris seemed
and
pretty upset about the whole thing. And the fact that Rick did this as some sort of...
you keep going in and out. So Rick did this as some sort of what?
I don't know. It's weird because May wouldn't stop talking about how much they love Rick and going to be with him forever, but he's also their father.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, that's a little bit weird.
yeah, and the conversations I've had with Rick and text messages I've ever gotten from him have always been along the same lines, where he says that he's in love with May and that sort of thing.
Okay, I'm still trying to get somebody to sign my subpoena request for your phone records. If you have text messages from Rick where he's stating that he loves May and they aren't on the dates that you stated that I can look at, can you just send
No,
those to me?
they are on the dates that you get
Okay.
access to.
Yeah, I just
Um,
need to get someone to sign this.
the stuff the other day though, I got a call from Reggie. Reggie admits it's a whole fucking thing. Reggie went a little vigilante and started attacking Smileys because he got attacked. But then he called me and said that the Smileys were looking to hurt me. I spoke with May, and May said basically Rick wanted to kill me because they somehow found out that you and I spoke. I don't know how.
I don't know how either, and that's okay. All right. I'll
But
try and look into that.
basically, when I spoke to May, May said it had to either be them or Rick who kills me, and that I had to make a choice, basically. And May was very, very close to killing me, but luckily I was able to ping a bunch of people in time. And May ran.
Odessa, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. May shouldn't be walking around
I know.
the
I don't know
streets
where they are.
in her mental state right
I
now.
know. I don't know where they are. And once I've spoken to psychiatrists, psychologists, and a neurologist, all getting their input on how we do this.
Well, it's up to you on whether or not you want to press charges on her. So I'm always here if you ever do
I'm not
decide
gonna
that you want to do that.
press charges on my own fiance. I want them to get help for the things that Rick has done to them. I want these Smileys to go to jail. I can't. I can't.
Yeah, the whole able for me to actually push charges on them is a little bit more difficult. So I'm trying my best to try and get things to the point where I'm able to actually press charges on them and it go through in court and not just kind of fall off.
Mm-hmm. I have that report written up for the tracing, for the blood tracing. The only issue is that it relies on May's testimony from before that Rick was the one who transformed them to the vampire the first time, quote unquote transformed the vampire. I hate using that term, but it's the colloquial term, so I'm going to use it. if I were to have a sample of Rick's blood, I can confirm 100%, and I could let you guys do that that testing on your own end if you needed to.
Hmm.
Because essentially we would be able to compare the bacteria DNA within Rick and compare it to the bacteria that was in May, which would allow us to confirm that he was the one who gave it to May, more than likely unwillingly. I don't know what the sort of charges lie with that, but I imagine it's illegal to get someone sick willingly.
It's reckless endangerment at the very least. Depending on how it happened, it could be assault with assault and battery or assault with a deadly weapon. Like it all depends on how exactly it happened.
Okay, and that's probably going to come down to May's testimony. May.
Yep. And if May's not wanting to make a testimony, then it's
Here's the thing, Hayes. We're going to have to find a way to essentially trick May to get help. I don't think they're going to do it willingly. May is a very, very clever person when it comes to these sort of things. They've gotten themselves out of trouble several times. And if you have any ideas how we do that, you let me know.
well, is she still having some attachment to you at all?
That's the thing. So the Smileys decided to let May hold on to. I gave them a crystalline rose as a present once. I think it was for one of our anniversaries, and they let May keep that during the torture. And May keeps talking about that flower and how important it is to them and how important I am to them. And they kept going back and forth about how Odessa comes first, and then family comes first. Family comes first, Odessa comes first, and back and forth, back and forth. So there's some sort of anchor there that we can maybe build off of. And they told me several times that if I left them that they would go feral.
Okay, and whenever you bring up the idea of her getting help, what's her response to that?
I'm fine. So my current idea is to essentially have them prove it to me. They know that I am a scientist. I need proof. So I could be like, hey, why don't you go, get a brain scan, see a therapist, and maybe, you can prove it to me that you're fine.
Yeah, that would be one way to go about it. Another way to go about it is to bring back old memories of how she used to be.
So, that one's tough. When it comes to trauma, reliving the past is tough. So we can try. I think I kind of mentioned it briefly yesterday, but May is a very dangerous person if we're not careful.
No, and most people are dangerous people if they cross over a line. So
I think it's going to take time, but I'm hoping maybe if I at least get a foothold in and them and I can start planning our wedding together and working on their business, maybe it'll kind of bring back the old May and show them that these Smileys want nothing but pain from them.
Yeah, no, focusing on the things that make her happy would definitely help anchor her a little bit more. And then just going and out, just acting like she's a person and not however she thinks people see her as.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I won't take up any more time. Right. Okay, so I'll let you know if there's anything else. I'll send that over to you. I just wanted to give you that statement. I spoke to Pond very briefly, but she's just like, yeah, talk to Hayes. It'll be easier. So
yeah, I'm handling all the Smiley stuff and everything, so
you better put those fucks away. They're horrible, horrible people. They've hurt too many of my friends, and
yeah, I have warrants out for them. It's just we can't get them in custody, and then the warrants fall off, and I can't retry and put warrants out if I don't get any new evidence.
Well, what I can do is I can mention it to my various friends, and if we see them, we can do a 911 for you. Would that be help for you guys, or?
That would be pretty helpful if I'm on duty and
Okay.
I'm able to respond to it. The only issue is the fact that not all of them have warrants. I think only one currently has one right now,
Okay.
and I don't know how often they're around.
They're
So,
usually around this tsunami later in the day. They go fishing hell a lot. Um,
hella a lot, like every single day, regardless, rain
Pretty
and
much.
shine. All right, well, then I'll hit up the fishing spots a little bit more.
Yeah, they've we've fished with them a few times before we knew they were smileys. Because mountain rescue, we fish a lot on our off time, and we see them pretty much all the time. Thank you for the follow, Cat.
All right, well, I'll start actively patrolling the north a little bit more.
Yeah, and I'll mention it to mountain rescue. Just keep an eye out for those people, and then we can inform you guys. Because we're doing patrols up in the hills a lot, so.
Yeah, if you have any scenarios that are involving them, just let me know. Because my main thing is I'm trying to find their locations of where they like to congregate and things like that, since they're a little bit all over the place, so it's a little bit harder for me to just kind of set up shop in one area and see where
Mm-hmm.
exactly they're going from there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll do that for you too, just if it helps at all. Um, okay. Perfect. I do appreciate. I'm sorry again. I took your time. Didn't want to. So I tried to speak a little quicker today, so you can actually get stuff done.
No, you're all Gucci. Don't even worry about it.
Just
That's what my job is.
almost getting stabbed by my fiance was quite significant. So,
Yep, yep, it's pretty significant. That shouldn't happen to anyone.
I've got an order of grapes coming in for a bucket, so I will make sure I get those to you once I get them.
Oh, hell yeah, I love
I
those.
I have friends at Putos Frutos, and they're making sure they get me a bunch of grapes.
I would really appreciate that, and I probably will start buying a ton of grapes from them if they keep selling them.
Hell yeah! All right. Well, I'll text you if I get them, and then that way I can get them over to you. But in the meantime, stay safe. Let me know if you have any more questions. I just need to do a proofread on this document, and then I'll send it over to you.
Yep,
I don't
that sounds
have
perfect.
the raw genetic data in it. Do you need it?
Uh, if it links to to the two individuals, then I might need it for court purposes, but
Okay. I mean,
for right now, I'm like I would need to see how much I can use this because like I needed to do that with the recording that you sent me. I needed
yeah. I
to
can
figure out.
if that doesn't work, I can transcript it like Maxie did with the Balto one.
Yeah, if you can do that for me, then that would be a whole lot more helpful, or just doing like a brief writing of what exactly was said because I can't look at it until it's cleared.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, if I transcript it, then I feel like that's probably going to be easier for you because, yeah, I imagine there'd probably be troubles with that. But I tried to do it the best I could. I spoke to some people and they told me just how to specifically record it and stuff. So, but I understand that there's issues with that. So,
Yeah,
anyways,
there's issues with a good amount of stuff, but just try and state the things that are most important. You don't need to do word by word, so I don't want you just being like sitting and listening to the recording and going over every single word itself. It's just the general message that is being stated.
okay. I mean, I'm happy to do the word by word if necessary because I just sit at the market most days. So,
All right.
all
Well, either way, both of them are perfectly fine. I will pretty much be hassling judges for a bit.
right, okay. Let me know if there's anything else you need, and until then, stay safe. All right, detective.
Yep, you as well. Thank you, Odessa.
Bye. Okay. All right. I need to. Okay. Find someone to raid. Who can we raid? We could raid, we could raid Cat Audio, or Cat Audio.
41.
Is that coming through? I don't know if you guys can hear that, because I just pulled up her stream so we could raid her.
41, 0016, welcome aboard.
Yeah, it was a fun little stream. Yes, let's go raid Cat. So... so the reason I don't want to stream a little bit more with Odessa is just because it's going to be boring stuff, because I need to write up that report, I need to get the vaccine stuff ready, and I need to write that audio transcript, so it's going to be a lot of just writing, and I don't want to bore you guys with that. So go give Kat loads of love, spam those emotes if you have them, and thank you guys so much for stopping by. Let's do that. Oops.